Hey y'all, what's up? What's going on? So you have now tuned into my Basketball Wives recap. Thanks so much for watching, liking the other one, and we're gonna keep this party rolling. Alright, so let's start off with the fact that Evelyn, she's pretty much not buying the BS, okay? She is just like, she's over Jennifer, she's not really with it, she isn't owning up to anything that she said. She just keeps on throwing out the whole mother card, and she's not here for it because at the end of the day, she talked about her daughter, and we all know that Shaunie, out of all people, she is a very credible source. She doesn't need the screen time. She doesn't need the drama scenes because she gonna be in the scenes regardless. You know what I mean? So that's just how she knows. And it wasn't just her that was saying that Jennifer said things. It was her and like other people as well. So Shaunie, Tami, and Jacki, they had lunch together, and they tell Tami about everything that went down at the little crystal party. So of course Tammy's like, well, you know what, honey child, I done dodged a bullet. She wasn't mad that she didn't make it. She was actually a little bit happy that she didn't make it to this craziness. We also find out that her ex-husband, Kenny, he had a stroke. So, of course, that did kind of hit her hard. And she made it clear it's not because she's still in love with him or anything like that. She's in love with her husband. But they do have history, and certain memories start flooding back in. And you don't want to see the father of your child dead or anything like that. Not speaking that into existence, but just saying, like, most people don't want to see that. So, I mean, with the exception to a few. So of course she definitely felt bad for him or whatever. She's like she that's not what she wants for her children's father. OG Malaysia, CeCe and Jacki, they all hang out, and OG, she had like a little face when CeCe said that her and Kirsten are at a better place and she's probably going to invite Kirsten to her engagement party. So from right there, she was just kind of like, you need to stop being fake. You need to tell the truth. She's just putting all this negativity out there. And it's like the two of them is trying to get to a better place. And you like bringing the place back down to like this petty level. And Malaysia wasn't really feeling it. And she's just like, you know what? Let me hurry up and get out of here before I have to address this issue because we family at the end of the day. And she's over here trying to tear us apart when we try to build ourselves back up. Jennifer and Kirsten, they end up meeting up, and she says she doesn't really know what's wrong with Evelyn. Oh, like it felt kind of like she was playing the victim. Like, homie, you know what? But she's like, Evelyn ain't innocent either, and she just needs some time because she's not really in a good place right now. So, I mean, sometimes you gotta take a step back when you feel like, the world is closing in, and she kind of feels like, she said an orphan. I just feel like maybe, I don't know the relationship she had with her mother. From the way she talks, it sounds like they were like super duper close where they talked on the phone every day. And maybe that was the only person in this world that she felt like she could really and truly confide in. Sometimes you do have that close relationship with your parents. And now her mom is gone, so she doesn't have any kids. She's divorced. It's like she's literally alone. You in your house, unless you invite friends over, you're alone. Unless you go out, right now, you alone. She tried to get into a relationship and it ended up being some stalker dudes. So, it's just, things haven't been looking too good for her. So Jacki and OG, they were like making some butt mold or whatever, and you could tell that OG was holding on to something. She's like, she kind of seemed like she got some secrets that she wants to let out. She's just saying how she don't really like fake people and she feels like Kirsten is fake. I think the real thing is that Kirsten at that last party, wasn't it? I think it was OG's party, right? She kind of like read her and told her about herself, and she was just like, yeah, I want, like, she was being super sarcastic, like, yeah, I want your life. Like, I have everything that you want. You want the husband. You want the child. You want the big house together. You don't have none of that. So you're envious. And on top of that, Kirsten's younger than her, has nice real hair. I mean, there's a lot of things that she could be jealous of her about. So that could be part of the issue. And, sometimes when you open up people's wounds or you put their pain out there, they get upset, and people will learn you just to hurt you. So that's kind of what OG seems to have been doing, because she wanted to make sure she embarrassed the girl on TV, which we won't come into in a few. So Tami, she says she's ready to finally stop smoking. She said it's a real addiction for her. And she tries hypnotherapy. I mean, we didn't really get a report as to if it's working or not. I guess we'll find out. But, I mean, it looked like she was just sleeping, to be honest. But I guess they talk to you while you're sleeping and, you know, it gets into your subconscious. And then perhaps that's how it all goes down and you stop doing whatever it is you was doing. That's the addiction, I suppose. So now it was time for the event or whatever. And as soon as OG steps into the building, it was just like a dark cloud just was following her. You know what I mean? Like, all of a sudden you'll see everything turn black or gray or whatever the hell you want to call it. It was just like you could feel the tension, you could feel the negativity in the air. And OG keeps on saying that CeCe's holding on to things and she don't want to reveal them. She's saying one thing in front of them and then in the background she's saying something else. But the crazy thing about it is that they had just asked CeCe not too long ago when they was at, all three of them was having a little bit of a conversation. I think it was, Kirsten, CeCe, and Malaysia. I don't know if anybody else was there. But I can't remember. But anyway, when they were sitting down, they were like, you know, is there anything that you might have told her that could have been like, you know, like a little bit of a secret or anything like that? She's like, no, I don't think so. No. You could, when somebody says shit like that, that right there is a clear indicator that you done stuff, okay? It's a clear indicator. I'll be like, yo, pinky promise, swear in the Bible, like, on God, you know? Like, no, you gonna have to come harder than that. No, not some, I don't think so. Like, what? That was not very convincing at all. Like, that right there was convincing me that you probably said something. Because I would have pressed the issue. We're not playing this game like you don't think so. You know what the fuck you've been talking to this girl about. Like, come on. So, yeah, so then here goes OG with the war of the words. Oh, you don't want me to tell you about yourself. You embarrassed, that's why. She's like, I'm not embarrassed. She's like, then let me finish. She's like, no, you don't need to finish. She's like, no, let me say what I gotta say. This is OG. Let me say what I gotta say. Okay? So she's like, you try to pretend like everything is all perfect. Like you have the perfect house. You have the perfect life. When you've been borrowing CeCe's, I think she said clothes. So you've been borrowing CeCe's clothes and you've been wearing her stuff and just putting it all out there. And I'm like, what's the point though? Like at the end of the day, they still pretty wealthy. You know what I mean? Like they still got money. So, I mean, I would borrow CeCe's shit too if she had stuff that I could borrow. I mean, it's probably better quality because, I mean, the man doesn't have a whole ton of money and CeCe's a nurse as well. She got a job, so that's double the money coming in, you know? So I'm pretty sure she might have better things. So you supposed to be my auntie or whatever, my mother-in-law. I might as well. But anyway, so, yeah, she was just like, yeah, so you borrow her stuff. And then she went low. Like she was saying something about how Byron isn't Thomas's real dad. And that right there literally crushed Kirsten. And I think it's not so much because it was her story necessarily, but it's because it wasn't OG's story to tell for their family or for her husband. At the end of the day, the husband isn't really on the show. He didn't sign up to get all of his business put out there. So, you know, that right there, he may not have wanted the world to know. And CeCe's just sitting there like, it's not even a family secret. Like, I don't understand why she reacted like that. And I'm like, oh, CeCe. Girl. Like, girl. It may not be a family secret in the family because it's the family secret. The whole world doesn't really know about it. I mean, I never Googled them, so I don't know what the Google says. I mean, they probably updated it now that they know the truth. But and then she putting out, I guess, his real father's name out there because they was bleeping out the name, and I was just like, girl, this is too much. Like Shaunie came and checked OG. Like, you don't put people's family lives out there. If you want to go back and forth with her, okay, but you don't go to people's stepfathers and fathers and siblings and stuff like that. You don't do that. That's tactless. Like, I mean, at the end of the day, it really is. Like, nobody went and spoke about her mother, her father. You're doing the most right now, and that shit is whack. So, Malaysia, she was getting upset too because she's like, all right. She tried to restrain herself the other day, and now this chick then like rattled the whole family. She felt bad for Kirsten. Kirsten was literally shaking. Kirsten wanted to fight. I mean, I doubt she would have been really successful unless she did like certain little moves. Maybe she's agile because her body's it just wasn't the right thing to do. Like, she was wrong and she didn't want to admit she was wrong. Malaysia came up to her, addressed her like, yo, this is not what you do, whatever. She was like, she's pretty much making an enemy out of her as well. And I felt like when Malaysia confronted her, she was still talking, but you know how you be like, where you don't get all rah-rah crazy because you like, shit, like, this girl is kind of LaQuisha from the block, like, from Compton. I ain't trying to get into that. I done seen this chick throw a table. So let me go over here because I don't feel like really fighting. It's like, please, I'm not the one. Like, I'm going to say what I got to say because these people are fake. I felt like she was like, she knew what time it was at the end of the day, but my battery keeps on dying, so I got to go. But make sure y'all subscribe and all that good stuff. I will see y'all on the next one.